So guys, what's going on? So guys, someone sent me a video. Now I didn't watch this video, but apparently Eddie Reynoso said that PBC didn't want a three-fight deal with Canelo Alvarez. Obviously the video I think was done in of it. Eddie was speaking. I think he was um I think he was speaking Spanish. I think I'm not sure, but yeah, I didn't obviously understand what he was saying. But the video title said that Al Heyman didn't want a three-fight deal. He also mentioned in another video that he feels that Canelo will not plan out. Let's chop it down a little bit. Al Heyman, one thing that we do know is that PBC want Canelo on their platform. Obviously, the deal broke down. The deal broke down between PBC and Canelo Alvarez. But I felt like obviously maybe we may have been misinformed a little bit, by what we were being told and stuff. But initially we got told, the reports were suggesting, guys online it been reported that Canelo wanted or PBC wanted Canelo to do a three-fight deal. But now Eddie Reynoso says that Al Heyman didn't want a three-fight deal. Maybe initially they first wanted it, but maybe then Al Heyman was okay with a one-fight deal, but they just couldn't get that over that issue of that replacement, whatever it was. But what that shows to me is that there is a agreement from both parties, the way Eddie Reynoso was talking, that they want to get this fight done. They want to get this deal done. I think both parties want this fight. Canelo's team and Al Heyman and PBC want this fight. And as I said, I don't see why neither parties would not want it. And I think they would do their utmost to make the fight. I know a lot of the Canelo fans are saying, well, Caleb's ducking this, that, and the other. I just don't see why they wouldn't want the fight. I think it just makes so much sense for them financially, because it's going to make a lot of money. Canelo's the biggest star in the sport. And as I said yesterday, that I think it makes sense for all parties. And it makes sense for the two fighters. It makes sense for PBC, Fox. They get to see the biggest star on their platform. Also, let's not forget, PBC have other fighters that potentially could fight Canelo. We're talking about David Benavidez. We're talking about, Charlo. So if these negotiations go smoothly, there's a great chance that we may see. Canelo Charlo, Canelo David Benavidez. So yeah, to be honest with you, I think personally, I think we should get Canelo v Plant, because I hope that it's a smooth negotiation, because I want to see Charlo v Canelo. I want to see Canelo v Benavidez. And if these, like I said, negotiations go smoothly, there's a great chance we get those fights in the future. But again, Canelo, like I said earlier, didn't want to get tied down in a three-fight deal, because he doesn't want to be forced who to fight. He doesn't want to have to fight or be tied down into something where he has to fight this guy next or fight that guy next. Canelo wants to do what he wants to do. So he may want to fight Plant and then go to 175 and fight Beterbiev. And then eventually, who knows, he may come down and say, I want to fight Benavidez. Or I want to fight, or maybe he may even say, I want to fight Benavidez. I want to fight Charlo before I go up. I want to clean up at 160 and fight everybody before I move up to 175. Canelo might have that mindset. So Canelo probably wants to be free. But what this does is, and if they do get this fight done, Canelo right now, I think he's trying to have a good relationship with DAZN, with ESPN, Bob Arum. I think Bob Arum and ESPN would love to have Canelo on their platform, but also Fox, because he wants to be cool with all the TV or all the promoters and all the broadcasters. The reason why is because then he can pick and choose where he fights, and everybody would want him on their platform. Do you understand? So if he has a good relationship with every single promoter and every single platform, then it will be easy for Canelo to get what he wants when he wants to fight somebody. Like if he has a good relationship with, Fox, You know, the Benavidez fight can get done like that. And they already know the process. If he has a good relationship with ESPN, the fight with Beterbiev, and those fights can get done like that. So I think he wants a smooth relationship with all the promoters, all the broadcasters, because it benefits Canelo, right? If Canelo has a good relationship with all these promoters, these broadcasters, the fights get done a lot easier. And firstly, that's good for the boxing fans. We benefit, let's be honest. We're going to benefit massively if he has a good relationship with all the promoters. Because remember, the fighters that Canelo wants to fight, or the fighters that we want to see Canelo fight, your Andrades, your Benavidez, your Plants, your Charlos, your Beterbievs, your Bivos, right? They're all with different, like I've named a lot of fighters and they're all with different promoters. Beterbiev's with ESPN and Top Rank. Bivos with DAZN, right? Charlo, Benavidez are with PBC. You know, Andrade's with DAZN. So this is what I'm trying to say, that everybody's with different promoters, different broadcasters. So if Canelo has a good relationship with everybody, there's a great chance that, you know, these fights can get done easily. So whenever Canelo wants to fight, whoever he wants to fight, if he has a good relationship with the promoters and broadcasters, it'll be easy for him to make the fights. And let's be honest, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. That's how the fights get done. You know, the promoters and the broadcasters, they're the ones that, you know, they're the important ones. They're the ones that are going to inevitably make the fight. And obviously the two fighters, they've got to want to fight, which in Canelo's case, we know he'll fight anybody. You know, and even Plant, like I know Plant's getting a lot of stick. But Plant, for me, would fight Canelo in a heartbeat, because what has he got to lose? He hasn't got a lot to lose. He's going to make a lot of money. We know that the money that is being quoted is about 10 million something, 10 million, maybe 10 million plus. And it's going to be his biggest payday and a chance for him to create a legacy, a chance for him to do something great. So again, for me, I just don't see why Caleb Plant wouldn't want to take the fight. Remember, Caleb Plant was a world champion. He's a professional boxer. You're getting an opportunity to get a huge payday at something that you're good at, to fight somebody who's viewed as one of the best, right? It's an opportunity for you to beat the best and getting paid handsomely doing it as well. So I think it's a no-brainer. Would I pick Plant to win? No. I don't think anyone picks Plant to win. But nevertheless, it's still a great fight. It's still a fight that, you know, I would want to watch, and everybody would want to watch, because it's got history behind that fight. It's a legacy fight for Canelo, because it's a fight that could crown him being the undisputed champion. And we know that no Mexican fighter has ever been an undisputed champion before. You know, Jose Ramirez had an opportunity, but Josh Taylor beat him, and he became the undisputed champion. So, you know, Canelo now is the next Mexican fighter that is in a position to potentially become undisputed. So yeah, I think Canelo really wants this fight because of those reasons. Because like I said to you previously in previous videos, legacy is very important for Canelo. Canelo's a bit like Manny Pacquiao, where he wants to keep adding to his legacy. He wants to keep doing great things. And as Eddie Hearn mentioned, Eddie Hearn said that, you know, Canelo Alvarez, he wants to be great. He wants to do things. He doesn't want to, like, he said to Eddie that I want to fight Beterbiev, not Bivol. I want to go for Beterbiev. Because when you're a competitor and you're a great fighter like Canelo, you want to do things that people think you can't do. You want to test yourself. You want to beat the best. You want to fight the best, because you know that's going to enhance your legacy. Canelo wants to be a great. Canelo wants to go down as a great, one of the greatest. So he knows in order to do that, you have to do things that will make you great. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard fighting Marvin Hagler. You know, Canelo Alvarez fighting a Beterbiev. It's kind of this is what we need from the great fighters, moving up weight classes, putting themselves in a position where people are like, oh my God, is that guy too big? That's what's going to put Canelo's legacy on another level. Canelo's already a great fighter, an all-time great, but fights like Beterbiev put him on a whole different level completely. So yeah, I think Canelo wants to test himself. He wants to be... some people already say Canelo's the greatest Mexican fighter. Some people dispute it. Some people say Chavez. There's some people that say, you know, that he's not the greatest Mexican fighter. You know, Teddy Atlas said he doesn't think he is. But a win over Beterbiev, right, I think definitely strengthens his claim. I spoke to a lot of Mexicans. A lot of Mexicans think he is the greatest. Some Mexicans don't. But if Canelo keeps going at the way he's going, I think by the end of his career, there's going to be no doubt he's the greatest Mexican fighter ever. And he won't. And if he keeps going at this pace, he won't just be the greatest Mexican fighter ever. He may go down as one of the greatest fighters ever. Period. If he does some of those things that I think he can do, if he cleans up, beats every single fighter from 160 to 175, yeah, I don't think anyone could probably argue with that, really. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think about what Eddie Reynoso had to say about Canelo. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.